A nurse caring for a premature baby at the Countess of Chester Hospital thought, quote, "Oh no, not again," when she saw the infant collapse 28 hours after her twin brother's death. The nurse had been trying to resuscitate baby A along with other staff when she felt his final heartbeat. The following night, at around 12:30 am on the 10th of June 2015, LucyLetby, the longtime friend she had once mentored as a student, called her over to the incubator of baby B. Lucy went over to her. She told the jury on the 11th day of Letby's trial at Manchester Crown Court. She said, quote, "She'd been standing with me, checking the medication. Lucy said, 'She's apneic, she's not breathing.' She asked me to go and help." The two nurses had to use a neopuff device to give the infant breaths because she was not breathing herself. Quote, "She was very pale. She had blotches to her skin," said Nurse A. She went on. "Suddenly, she looked very ill. She looked very like her brother had done the night before. She was pale, white with this purple blotchy discoloration." I just remember thinking, oh no, not again. I'd not seen anything like that before. Nurse A, who cannot be named for legal reasons, summoned two doctors to help revive the infant. A medical note of the incident read, "Shut down, limp, apneic, colour changed rapidly to purple blotchiness with white patches. Started to become bradycardic, slow heart rate." Letby, 32 from Hereford, denies murdering 7 babies and attempting to kill a further 10. Nurse A told Ben Myers KC defending she had first become a friend of Letby when the alleged killer was studying at Chester University around 2010 and 2011. She had come to the neonatal unit twice during her training and eventually joined the team permanently once she had qualified. Nurse A said she had mentored Lucy on both occasions she came to the hospital as a student. She agreed with Mr. Myers that she found her colleague and friend, quote, "highly qualified and dedicated to the work she was doing as a neonatal nurse." The nurse is telling the jury how child B stopped breathing around 12:30 am on a night in June 2015. The baby, which survived, broke out in similar whitey purple blotchy patches to child A. Quote, "I just thought, no, not again," the nurse told the jury. Notes from that night show how an emergency call went out to doctors. Child B was placed on an infant resuscitator and medicines administered. Within about 10 to 15 minutes, child B began to improve almost as quickly as she had deteriorated. LucyLetby's defence barrister, Ben Myers KC, is now questioning the witness. He asks her if there were times when the Countess of Chester, during the period of June 2015 and June 2016, was, quote, "just too short-staffed." Yes, the nurse replies. Mr. Myers is now asking the nurse about the circumstances of child A's death. He asks whether she had been made aware, when starting her shift, that child A had been without fluids and medicines for several hours due to various tubes being out of position. "Possibly," she said. Circling back to the nurse's description of, quote, "white and purple patches," Mr. Myers points the jury to past statements made by the witness to police in 2018, which make no mention of such patches. Asked to explain why they're mentioned now but not then, the nurse could not explain. Mr. Myers puts it to the witness that these descriptions of patches have come from subsequent discussions with other staff, rather than what was actually seen on child A. The jury is now hearing evidence from paediatric registrar Dr. Rachel Lambie, who was on duty the night child A died. Dr. Lambie is taking the court through the emergency crash call she got after child A fell ill. Dr. Lambie recalls arriving in a neonatal intensive care unit as medics were attempting to resuscitate child A. After 30 to 40 minutes, the decision was taken to stop. Paediatric consultant Dr. Ravi Jairam is now giving evidence. He is taking the jury through his recollection of the evening child A died. He says the baby's deterioration, quote, "didn't fit to me with any disease process that I have seen, learned or read about." Dr. Jairam told the court that when he raised initial concerns about Miss Letby, he was told, quote, "not to make a fuss" by senior managers. He said he wished he had been more courageous in reporting his concerns. The case has been adjourned until tomorrow. Okay, now as you will have noticed, this video is actually quite a lot shorter compared to the other episodes that I've done concerning the trial of LucyLetby, and that's because today there hasn't actually been any in-depth live reporting from the court, but that is all set to change and it's due to be back tomorrow, so do expect a much more lengthy and in-depth episode tomorrow evening. And of course, if you're interested in following the trial of LucyLetby, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. As always, many thanks for joining me for this video. I look forward to seeing you all again for the next one. Take care. Cheers.